Hello! So the drawback to having a 1996 Chevy Suburban with 200,000 miles on it as our work truck is that it breaks down. And
it's cold, and it hasn't been started in a few days, and it's been below zero.
It was great. It started right up. We have a lovely mechanic in Tony Booth who normally takes care of everything for us, but occasionally it won't make the 20-mile trip to Florence, which was the case last night. We had to replace the distributor cap ourselves once, and now we are in a position of having to replace the water pump because even as cold as it is, we weren't able to get the truck to the mechanic. So today we're taking a break from working on the inside and trying to
work on the outside so that we can work on the inside again.
At the moment, we're being confounded by the difference between metric and standard measurements on bolts. It appears
that are 20 years old and worn.
Right. So new bolts, the dual metric and standard
work well.
On old bolts,
they do not.
Not so much.
So
we're struggling to get a bolt off.
Here we go.
Very exciting. So we got the water pump off. It's really fucking cold. It's cold enough that Steve Jobs and the iPhone said, we're not working no more, and it shut down.
Say hello to my little friend.
It's not his little friend. It's a big friend. Hey, Toniqua.
Toniqua, should it look like this?
Should that wiggle like that? We think not.
I don't think so.
So it's $57 for the water pump, and we've got to replace a couple hoses. So we're going to go try and do that at the KOI now.
Okay, we're trying to get the last couple bolts back in, but okay,
so here we are.
Today
we are mechanics.
We are mechanics, and look, I have the hands to prove.
I, on the other hand, did my hand washing at the mechanic store.
I haven't washed my hands, but I did eat lunch with dirty hands because I was so hungry that I had to eat lunch and was hungry.
I did too. I ate my tacos with my dirty mechanic hands.
But luckily there were papers on the outside of them, so it wasn't so bad. But anyway, so today, though we don't have a whole lot of video of what we did because it was freaking cold, and Steve Jobs put some sort of mechanism in your phone that said if it's too cold, it does not work.
Shut down!
So if you were in like the Shining movie, you could never have gotten out with the phone because it was too cold. But we changed the water pump on Big Freeda.
And the hoses, and two of the hoses. The one big hose was fine. The other two hoses were not so much fine, but we replaced the water pump today, and
there were no leaks.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now
we did it right.
So if you ever do this at home by yourself, you should know that when you start the car after you have put the new antifreeze in, there is a moment of
there were about 10 minutes worth of moments. Irregularity. There were about 10 minutes worth of, it was hot, it was cold, it was hot, it was cold.
It was hot. And then we were just going by the gauge inside.
Right.
So, and then all of a sudden, it went, and all the air got out of the line. And then now, it has been normal. So, the mechanic said that it was probably, the thermostat was stuck open because it got so hot when there was no traveling fluid through it. And it all regulated back out. So it just took it a few minutes to regulate back out. So we did it. And it only cost us about
$100 bucks.
$100 at the most. 85 probably, because we get to take that out there.
Yeah.
So it cost us about 85 bucks. The water pump itself was 54, and then the extra two hoses that we had to buy were
$8 a piece, and then $14 in antifreeze. There you have it.
So it cost us $100 bucks, and we did it ourselves, even though it was very cold and we didn't kill each other, even though sometimes I wanted to.
And mechanics need to have little tiny fingers.
Oh my God, little Asian people.
I don't know how they like.
That's why they're so successful in Asia.
I don't think that's it.
I don't
But
know.
little tiny fingers to
Oh my
work on
God.
cars.
I
Even
like-
big cars. It's a big car.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
This has gone on too long.
here we go.
Bye.
Bye.